girls from church. Had a really, now my connection's weak. Let's try and get this sorted out. My battery's low as well. So this may not last very long at all. So I'm just trying to get a connection sorted out. Let's see if we can sort this out. Okay, let's keep it still as possible. Anyways, welcome all to another Seeds of Wisdom, a late night Seeds of Wisdom. I'm trying to keep this one brief. And tonight's message, the quote, comes directly from a friend of mine, Karim Hassan. I've been sitting on this one for a little while. I came across his post. He posted on Facebook mid-August, and I thought I could do a message on this. And yeah, he basically said change is coming, so enjoy it. Give some context around it. He posted an article about a new £5 note coming out. Don't know if you guys have heard of it. In September this year, there's going to be a new £5 note. It's basically more durable, it's more plastic-based, more durable, more waterproof, etc. So it's going to be changing £5 notes as we know it. And I thought it was quite an interesting story, but it's what he said at the end of it, what I've used as a quote about change is coming, enjoy it. Just set off a little something in my mind to talk about change, and this is not going to be I'm not going to be talking for as long as I would like to on change just because of time restrictions, but it's a commonly known held view that we as humans do not enjoy change. We like things the way they are. We like the status quo. We're comfortable in the way things are, especially for someone who likes routine like myself. I like things done a certain way, even down to my PC at work. When I start it up, I've got all my sorry people having problems with connection. The Wi-Fi, not far from Wi-Fi, and my connection still shows weak. It might be because my battery's low. So yeah, I was even my PC at work. When I open it up in the morning, I've got my software in a very particular order, and if one of those things are out of order, out of sync, it throws me off. I'm so used to having it that way. But whether we like it or not, change is the one thing that's always going to be present. Change and death, and to lighten the tone. Maybe change doesn't seem like a bad thing after all. But yeah, change is something that's going to happen throughout our lives. Externally more so probably than internally. We choose to make change. Probably stuff will change to us more than we change ourselves. And how do you deal with change? Most people don't like it. They get very uncomfortable with it. They it often changes their mood, their attitude, their way of dealing with things. But why not flip it around? Why not look at change as an opportunity to work a different way, to learn something new, to do something more? At my current workplace, there's a lot of change going on at the moment. There's a lot of new people coming in because there's a new strategy's been set, new goals have been set. Quite what's the word? Ambitious goals in one set. So there's got to be a new way. The way we work now will not enable us to reach our goals. So we've got to net some new changes in place. And some people don't like that. They're wondering about how does this affect me, rather than looking at how can I help aid the change? How can I position myself in this change? How can I step up and look for the opportunities? And that's the way I'm looking at it. Yeah, I'm wondering who these people are coming. I'm talking about my work here, who these new people are. And the company I work with, it's been a medium-sized company, but it's had a family feel to it. I've been there for 5.5 years now, and I've seen people come and go, and like I say, how the family feel to it. So to see the change, but trying to scale that up because of certain goals we want to achieve, means it has to change. It just has to change, and we need to embrace that change. And sometimes change is not a good thing. People try something different. I think once British Gas tried to change their name to Centrica, and there was a big outburst about it, and they changed back. So there's nothing wrong with trying to change something, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Um, but yeah, what do you do about change? How do you react to it? Is it affecting you in a negative or positive way? If it's negative, how can you turn it around to be a positive? And if it doesn't work out, don't react to say, "Oh, I told you so. I told you it wouldn't work." Yeah, you may have some hindsight, you might have some wisdom about why it shouldn't change, but there's a way of putting that across. And even if you feel that way, giving it 100%. And I'm just talking broadly speaking. There will be some instances where changes is not the right thing, is going to affect people adversely, and you need to stand up for things. I'm just talking broadly. I'm talking broadly. This will not apply to every situation, but broadly speaking, change will occur in our lives. So what we're gonna do about it, and where you can embrace it, look for new opportunities, look for new ways of working, look at ways of coming out your comfort zone to refine yourself, make yourself better, make yourself more appealing, maybe proving yourself again, maybe coming out of the comfort zone. Maybe you've been too much of a low and you got used to the way things are. Now all of a sudden the changes come in. There may be new people coming in and you have to step yourself up. But we're humans, we're either moving forwards or moving backwards. Rarely are we staying still. There's something called continuing professional development in some industries where you're always learning new things. You never sit, um, you never sit still. So what can you do? And it also says a lot about your character, how you react to change, what people see, how you react to it. Do you try and embrace it? Do you try and take it on board? You may have your views, you share those, but what are you going to do to support those? Because change is usually something that people are breaking new ground, doing new things that are under. So who knows what the path will be? And the person is making that change, or the organisation making that change, may not be entirely sure how this thing's going to work out. So why not support them as much as you can? So that's just a little taster. Change is such a massive um, subject. There's a whole wave of emotion that we go as we act. Sometimes when we think irrationally, or we have things happen to us, we do irrational things. We start to act in different ways, try and sometimes it can be difficult, put obstacles in the way because we don't like what is happening. But find out what the change is. If you're not sure, whatever, ask questions. Find out more about the change. Why? A good question is, why are you making this change? Depending on the circumstances. What can I do to help you support this change? Even though I might not agree with it because of X, Y, and Z, what can I do? Take ownership. Yeah, take ownership where you can. Embrace the change. If it doesn't work out, look at it as a learning. What can be learned from it? It's not about beating people up saying I told you so and what have you. So I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. Karim, I said I'd do this message. I've done the message. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for the inspiration. Thank you for the guys tonight who we've spoken. We're just about a wide range of subjects of life. Talking about why I'm doing these Facebook Lives and giving value to people, hopefully finding my voice and just sharing things. I get inspired every day by people suggesting things I read, things that people post on Facebook. If there's anything you want me to speak about in particular, let me know and let's have a conversation. And I'm just putting this stuff out there. I've got nobody viewing me at the moment, but it's fine. I'm just putting this out there. The beauty of this is being recorded, and maybe someone one day will view this and take some value out of it. So I'm not doing this to any kind of glorification or whatever. I feel this may be a positive use to someone, and I will continue to do these for as long as possible, as I see fit. So watch out for tomorrow's one. We'll come a bit earlier. Monday the 29th, Bank Holiday Monday, 7 p.m. I'm going to be on my first podcast being interviewed by the Michael Parkinson of the podcast world, Utsum Mares. It's my self-appointed I've titled him, I've coined that phrase for him. The Michael Parkinson of the podcast world. He's just started doing great things with them. Look out for that Monday. Saturday the 10th of December, hoping to speak in public for the first time to 1,200 people. yes, that's all. 2,200 people. Tickets are available. Go on my About Me bio to get the ticket details. I've set up a separate event as well. And if I promote, sell enough tickets, I get to speak alongside some global speakers, which will just be fantastic. Nerve-wracking, but fantastic nevertheless. So I'm going to love you and leave you. Enjoy the rest of your sleep, mostly probably sleeping. Comment when you can. This is going up on my YouTube channel as well. And I will see you later. Bye.